because I felt like this would be a fun way to express some wisdom and help others understand that life can be really fun, it can be really playful, and everything that you're truly wishing for and desiring can just come to you. You don't really need to go chase it. You don't need to make it happen and go out there and try to spin your wheels all the time. So basically, a few weeks ago, I was synchronistically drawn to one of Lisa Transcendent's shows, and I saw that it was starting in a few minutes, so I got online and I watched her show live, and then I got, chatting with Julie during the show. And afterwards, she asked to chat with me. We kind of exchanged information, and she was just asking me questions, and we ended up Skyping. And she wanted to do an interview with me. So I was kind of like, okay, that sounds fun. And I ended up interviewing with her, I think it's been a week or two now. And it led to an opportunity to do this show. And I feel like it's so fun and synchronistic how this all came to be, because I was recently expressing to the universe that I was ready to expand and share this wisdom with many more people, and whoever was ready for it, that they would just be summoned to me. And then Amnon offered me this show. So thank you, Amnon, for listening. And it'll be very fun. This is going to be fun and very magical how this all flows. So the reason I share that is because I see people, a lot of clients that I assist, struggle a lot in their lives with feeling like there's not enough. They're in this scarcity consciousness, this lackful way of seeing things. And when we're in that consciousness, we tend to really try to go make things happen. We feel like we have to go prove ourselves. We have to earn it. We have to be worthy in some way. And it's very much in a go out there and do it, seize it kind of thing. And a lot of times I see people really causing harm to each other, even for that stimulation of ego where they feel like they have to do whatever it takes to get what they want. And there is another way. There is a totally fun, magical way that's available. And that's the way that I'm here to mirror to all of you, is that you can desire something and you can have a calling inside of you to share. But you really don't have to go out there and chase it down. You don't have to work so hard. A lot of that, I would say, conditioning in us comes from us being told very young that we need to work hard, that we're not quite worthy, that there's always someone better than us, and that we have to prove it or earn it in some way. And so that's the old way. And that old way pretty much sucks. And so I'll just say, I used to live in that world and it was not very fun. And the new way that's being opened for us to embrace is a way of flowing, a way of trusting, and really tuning into your inner knowingness, your inner feelings. And so if you can tune in and just think of a dream you have right now, something that you'd like to manifest. And if you want, you can close your eyes and just really feel what that will feel like when that aligns and when that shows up in your movie. And so if you can feel that every day, get that sensory awareness of feeling and trust that you're already worthy, really understand that the entire universe is here to support you, is here to support your growth, and wants you to not only succeed and to do well, but really thrive. Like, none of us are really here merely to survive. That's the place we've come from. We walked through that darkness. We walked through that lackful place, the land of lack. And now it's time for us, if we're ready, we can go higher and we can allow things to flow in much more naturally. And it's really fun. And so one of the things that I help clients with is clearing away anything that's blocking them or causing an obstacle to their success and their fulfillment. And so the reason this is so important to clear away those blockages is because if something came in, an opportunity came in and arrived, and you didn't feel you're worthy, then you would probably block that. You'd probably, oh, no, that's okay. I'm not quite ready. And so you would turn it away. And basically, you'd shut the door on the universe, and the universe was like, okay, I guess she's not ready or he's not ready. And then you'd be right where you were. So it's really important to not just in theory feel like you're worthy, like, well, I believe I'm worthy, but 24 hours of the day, I sit around and think about how I'm really not worthy, and my internal dialogue is terrible, and I don't think I'm good enough, but I smile to the world and I make them believe everything's fine. So it's really important that we start to be really honest with what we're feeling inside and to honor that and to really embody that sense of feeling worthy. Even if right now it doesn't feel like that's true, then that's something that you have room to improve. That's something that you can bring your awareness into and see, okay, I'm aware that I don't always feel worthy. I'm not going to resist that, but I'm ready to clear that. Maybe we can talk to our angels about clearing that away and helping us to have the courage to really embody our power, to really step in our power, and to know that we deserve so much more. And that we're here to share our wisdom and our gifts, and that we're here to have fun. I really feel life is meant to be fun and playful, and I'm just not one of those people that takes everything very seriously. And it's so much more of a relief.
So
if we sit around and worrying all the time, we really stress ourselves out unnecessarily. So, for example, when this opportunity came along to do the interview with Julie, which I am so grateful for that opportunity.
So good.
She asked me in, and I just arrived. I didn't really need to do anything else except for be present. And then I know when I'm present, I can allow Source and Higher Spirit to channel through me whatever is necessary at this time. So if we can clear out that ego that tells us we need to, memorize 1,000 books on spirituality or whatever it is that we're interested in, we can clear that. It really will be more efficient use of our energy to just arrive and just be present. So I feel like I was led to share that with you because that's kind of what I am mirroring to all of you on how I even got to this moment in time. And whatever comes of this will be perfect. And I don't really mind what happens. And that's a really refreshing place to be than to be in a place where you feel like you have to prove yourself or you have to be the most intelligent on some subject. That's really not important. And our presence is so powerful. It's such a gift. So I just want to mirror that to all of you that maybe are struggling in some way, or you have these dreams and desires and you're just like, how do I get that to happen for me? How do I, come to my power and really allow these magical things that I would like to experience to come to me? The next thing I would say it's really important to understand is that nothing outside of you is where we should be seeking our fulfillment. So if we feel empty inside and we're seeking this next job or this next opportunity or this next relationship, that emptiness will always be waiting for you. No matter what you accomplish, what you achieve, it'll still be waiting for you to deal with. So kind of tune into what your intention is. And if you can get everything inside in alignment and in that feeling of having and that feeling of worthiness, then you will naturally and magically just attract it to you. It'll just flow right into your little movie. So, tuning in and just realizing that our inner worth is something we're healing and assisting on the inside. The external reality is going to shift connected to the internal shift. So really tune in and notice, are you out there spinning your wheels? Are you trying to get more stuff, more relationships, more people that love you and adore you, bigger car, bigger house, whatever it is? If that's true, be gentle with yourself and just acknowledge that. And then have the courage to start a daily practice of meditation and really tune in and feel, what is this sense of emptiness that keeps me seeking, keeps me always looking out there? So that's a really great foundation for the topic today, which we're going to talk about healthy boundaries. And I feel like the essence of healthy boundaries begins with self-love. So if we have been, for example, if we have lived a life where we had endured a lot of abuse of some kind, healthy boundaries are not going to seem normal to us. So it's really important that we tune in and we really allow ourselves to understand that we're in a process of learning and we're in a process of cultivating these new habits, you could call them, these new ways that we're going to handle life. And to really understand that there's a lot of healing that may be necessary, especially if you've had a lot of abuse. Many people that have gone through that darkness, they tend to tuck it away. They don't want to deal with it. It's too painful. It's stressful. And so let's just tuck that in, shove it down, and go get busy, go buy a big old Hummer, whatever it is. And so it's really important that we understand that healing that self-worth woundedness, the abandonment wounds, those things that are unconscious, that many don't even understand how much they affect them day to day, that's important to heal that so that we can really embody our power. We can really fulfill our destiny and live a fulfilled and happy life. So on the subject of healthy boundaries, this whole spiritual shift that's happening is very much connected to our self-worth. And it's important that we all understand that we are worthy of love. We do deserve love. We do deserve support. There's a universe that is here that we're one with, and it wants to support us. It wants to fulfill our every wish and desire. And when we understand that and we're in our alignment with our self-worth, then we will understand what feels right to us, meaning right in this now moment, and what no longer serves us. So, for example, maybe you've been in a relationship that at one time was just, you put up and tolerated a lot of abuse. There was people lying to you, maybe your girlfriend or boyfriend's cheating on you or betraying you or whatever is going on. And you tolerated that, and you tolerated that. A day will come when your self-worth starts to come into full effect. You will no longer tolerate or want to tolerate that. So it's really important that as we're feeling all this pressure to shift, and we can feel it pushing on us. I've seen so many clients expressing how they feel this intense energy moving in and how people have been acting more random and a little more angry and aggressive. And what Source tells me is that this higher wave of consciousness is coming in. And for us to embody that, we really need to release all that resistance that we've held onto for so long to evolve. And so a lot of us are being challenged to surrender old belief systems. Many of us are being challenged to surrender and release unhealthy relationships, release unhealthy thoughts that we hold about ourselves, and these limiting ways that we look at the universe. So it's really important that we understand that we're all going through this together, and it will get easier, and it can actually be kind of fun to evolve when we go with the stream rather than fight it. So I think it was the other night in Candlelit Yoga class, I was talking about this with the students in class, and we were talking about when life has a wave of energy moving through, you can feel that, and you can, kind of like a surfer waiting to catch that perfect swell, you can just wait for that wave of energy to lift you up and carry you wherever it is that is now for your highest well-being. Or there could be someone in that same water that sees that wave coming, is freaked out, and thinks they need to control the universe and to stop that wave from happening, and they will go and try to hold that wave back, which, good luck with that. And basically, they create a lot of suffering for themselves unnecessarily that did not have to happen. And so if we start to learn to go with the flow and we start to embrace the change and just flow with it, life can be very fun, very magical, and our transformation can happen very swiftly. But those that resist